Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 13, Rosé Colored Glasses. Yes, we open this week with Rinna in her kitchen, fixing herself a cup of tea. Then she goes out in the backyard and sits down and starts to make some phone calls to the ladies. First up is Diana. Rinna's like, "How are you feeling?" And Diana said, struggling. It's a struggle. I am sick of being sick. Yeah, well, we're sick of a lot of things you are, so. I don't know if she has COVID or not, but the next call is to Kyle, who does have COVID. Again. Rinna's like, "When do you get out of COVID jail?" And Kyle said, I get out of COVID jail on Monday. And Rinna tells her she's having a little wine tasting at her house. And the next call is to Dorit. "Hi, Dorit. You look so pretty. Where are you going?" And Dorit goes, "I'm going to work." Fourth call is to Garcelle. "Hi, Garcelle." And Garcelle goes, "Hi, how are you?" "Good. We're having a little wine tasting at my house, so I hope you can come." Fifth call is to Sutton. We just hear Sutton say, "Oh, well, I love a good wine tasting." Rinna goes, "You can wear leather pants if you want." Ugly leather pants. You guys remember that from last year. Diana is so sorry that she's going to miss it. Garcelle says she will be there with bells on. And Dorit would not miss it for the world. Next, we are at Sutton's, where her dog Waylon is running around the yard with a giant piece of sod in his mouth. The chyron under his name says Waylon, Sutton's dog/landscaper. The next scene is with Sutton and her son Philip, who is 18, and her daughter Porter, who is 19. Her assistant Josh is there. Of course, she made Josh go chase Waylon to get the grass out of his mouth. Waylon's mouth, not Josh's. As far as I know, Josh didn't have anything in his mouth. So Sutton is teaching Philip how to make a chicken salad sandwich because he's going off to college and he'll be able to have, that in his repertoire of things to eat. This scene was kind of boring. I always think when somebody says, "Oh, Teresa has to get off the show," or "Rinna's got to get off the show," or "Diana's horrible," I always think about that. And I think, what if it was just Sutton and Garcelle, maybe Cherie? We would be having a lot more scenes like this one with Sutton and her kids. What a snooze fest. The kids both look uncomfortable. I mean, I get it. There's a camera in their kitchen. That's weird. I guess Philip told Sutton that he wanted to join the army because his life has been too cushy up until now. So she said, "Oh, well, let me fix that." She got him a job in Georgia for the summer when it's 105 degrees, and he had to be up at 5 a.m. delivering Cokes and stuff for a vending machine company. So at the end of that summer of hard labor, he changed his mind and wanted to go to college. So he's going to the Citadel, which is a military college. And like Sutton said, it's a win-win for both of them. The next scene is Garcelle and Dorit, and they're meeting up at Wood and Water Kitchen and Bar. Garcelle says she spent yesterday, today, and tomorrow doing the audio portion of her new book that's coming out. She tells Dorit that she's a little bit nervous because it's the first time she's ever openly talked about certain things. I guess it's a memoir. And she's sharing stories that she never told. Oh my God. In her confessional, she said that she had an experience with Bill Cosby that was really scary. I almost feel more angry at Bill Cosby because he was portrayed as, a father figure and, I don't know, someone safe. I think that makes it even more offensive to me that he was such a predator. I don't know. Anyways, I'm sorry to hear that she had an experience with him too. So Garcelle said, "Anyways, so I heard about PK's DUI. Dorit, alleged DUI. And Garcelle goes, "What do you mean?" And Dorit said, "Well, they never booked him. He wasn't arrested. When they got him to the station and tested him, he was under the limit. And they were like, 'Sorry, but you're going to have to get home.'" Garcelle goes, "So they did nothing?" "Well, they took him to the station. And look, the man was really shooken up. It was really, really scary." In Garcelle's confessional, she's like, "I read somewhere that the police drove PK home." Yeah, Dorit, I think that was the story you first told. Anyway, Garcelle's point was that would never happen to anyone in my life who is Black. Never. So Dorit changes the subject to Rinna's wine tasting party on Saturday. Dorit said, "Do you think Erica's going to have some wine?" And Garcelle said, "Well, I don't know. I saw her last night, and she said, I'm not allowed to drink when I'm on these meds." And Dorit's like, "Were you concerned?" And Garcelle said, "Yeah, I was, even though I didn't even know she fell and hit her head." Dorit, "What?" Yeah. Apparently, Dorit didn't know either. "She fell and hit her head?" And Garcelle said, "Yeah. So she's got to figure it out." And Dorit's like, "Totally." Garcelle goes, "She did say something interesting to me, though. She said, being Sutton's friend might be a liability to me." And Dorit goes, "What do you think she meant by that?" And Garcelle goes, "By being friends with her, it's detrimental to me." I think Dorit knows what that meant. She just means, like, why do you think she said that? In her confessional, Garcelle said, "I don't know, maybe Erica thought she was paying me a compliment by saying they would like me more if I wasn't so close to Sutton. But it's not really a compliment because it means she doesn't think I can handle myself, and I'm going to let Sutton drag me down with her." And then Dorit's like teasing her, "If a friend of yours is falling off a cliff, you'll take the dive with them." And Garcelle goes, "No." And Dorit goes, "You seem kind of tight like that." Garcelle's laughing. No, no, no. I mean, I'll help you. I'll throw something down to you." Dorit's like, "Hope you're okay down there, but I've got to go." All right, people, roll up your windows and lock the car doors. We are rolling into Erica's shitty neighborhood. Pool update. This just in, the pool appears to be in the same condition it always has been. But due to a sneaky camera angle that's just skimming the surface, it's difficult to tell how murky that water actually is. But what I can report is there are leaves and insects floating on that surface. Back to you, Jill Informed. Okay, so Mikey, Erica's creative director, is creating a cup of coffee. Apparently, we are having a team catch-up meeting with Erica, Mikey, Laya, her assistant, and Jack, Erica's publicist. Erica's publicist? I feel like he could be doing a better job. Her public image isn't great, is what I'm saying. There's a shot of Laya. She just looks beleaguered. Like the only one in the room who realizes they need to figure out how to get Erica to stop talking so that her image can improve. Oh, okay. So now we find out that, I guess, Mauricio, a couple months ago, told her that he's got a guy for her. He's an NFL player, and he is also an Olympic gold medalist. So basically another Tom is what I'm hearing. That's all well and good, but Erica's just looking for some good dick right now. I mean, what's so hard to understand, people? Stop trying to fix her up with nice guys. In her confessional, she says, "Look, I wouldn't be a good girlfriend right now because I'm just getting out of a 20-plus year marriage." Yeah, that's why. She says, "I don't have time for a relationship." What? Why? What do you do all day? Not clean the pool. Oh, God. Okay. She accidentally thanked someone for giving her some good dick. And the guy goes, "What are you talking about? I'm trying to give you some." Whoopsie. Wrong guy. We've all been there, sis. Then she tells the team, "By the way, this is a great team catch-up meeting, isn't it? Could be in any corporate boardroom across the country." She tells the team she wants to be a part-time dominatrix. Why? You need to explain that to me. Why can you only do it part-time? What are you doing all day? Walking the dog in your shitty neighborhood? Tributary doesn't want that. What's that dog's name again? Anyway, here's how I know the publicist is bad at his job. He's shocked that she wants to be a part-time dom. It's as if he doesn't know his client at all. In her confessional, she goes, "Well, I'm bossy. I like to administer a bit of pain. I also like latex." Girl, you do not have to sell us on the idea. I think you're perfect for it. It's the part-time that we're struggling with. She's like, "I would only have 5 clients. Why? I know you have time for 10, at least. Those giant puffy hair braids that you toss on your head like a hat will sell themselves. Better yet, I'm sure there are enough weird, like fetish people out there who would pay good money to watch you clean your pool in a bikini. You're paying the bills and taking care of home maintenance at the same time. Guys, sometimes I surprise myself with how good my ideas are. Anyway, Laya's like, she already has a name for it. And Erica goes, yes, the Pretty Mess Dungeon. For some reason, Laya thinks that is hilarious. My guess is she hasn't had enough sleep. Okay, next we are at the Luminaire with Sutton and Lisa Rinna. They talk about Lisa's upcoming wine tasting party. Her new wine is called Rinna Rosé. Sutton thinks that's a cute name. Okay, Rinna Rosé. I mean, how'd she come up with that? I mean, it's not Beverly Beach or Pretty Mess Dungeon. That would be a good name for a wine. Like a Bordeaux. I'm not a wine drinker, but Pretty Mess Dungeon? I might try it. So Sutton reiterates that she really likes Lisa. And Lisa's like, you always say that. And Sutton goes, because it's true. Rinna, why does everybody think I'm such a bitch? Why is everyone so scared of me? And Sutton goes, I'm not scared of you. Rinna, you are at times. And Sutton goes, just the one time. They laugh. We get a flashback to the conversation about who paid for what at Elton John's gala. And Rinna goes, you know what, Sutton? I really don't want to hold a grudge. But there are times when I just want to strangle you. I really do. But at the end of the day, it's over. You said you were sorry, and I just need to move on now. She tells Sutton that she was at Kathy's house with Crystal, and they were talking about Sutton. She's telling them that Sutton doesn't piss her off the way she does like Diana or Erica. But, you know, I just like to torture her with it. Okay, that's nice. Then there at the restaurant, she's like, it's kind of fun for me to torture you. Hyperventilating. I'm surprised Rinna doesn't pass out laughing like that. But anyway, Sutton compares Lisa to the Grinch, which she doesn't like. But then Sutton goes, well, hear me out, because his heart kept getting bigger and bigger. And Rinna goes, I have a big heart and a big mouth. Am I right? Yeah. Okay, people, put your diamonds in a safe. My diamonds. Did you see all my diamonds? I'm putting my diamonds in the safe. Because we're at Erica's house right now. She's got a glam team getting her ready. You know, just in case you are pissed off that she can still afford glam, just at least take notice at the fact that her vanity is in her kitchen. So, you know, she's not living the most glamorous life there. For contrast, next we see Sutton in her ginormous new bathroom with that wall of windows, and she's got her glam team with her. And oh my God, you guys, look at the floor tiles in her bathroom. I love them. Sutton is regaling her team with stories about her luncheon with Lisa, and she goes, so I said to Lisa, I tell everyone I like her, and everyone asks me why. Next, we are at Dorit's house, and she FaceTimes Diana. Side note, this is the only time we're seeing Diana through a little picture on someone's phone. Same with Kyle. That's their entire contribution to episode 13. So Dorit goes, hello, beauty. Erica's FaceTiming Kyle now. Again, this is the only way we see them is on a little screen. So we already know that Kyle and Diana are not coming to the wine tasting party at Rinna's. This must just be to remind us that they have COVID. I don't know. Kyle goes, I adopted a puppy. My first thought, you guys, was I feel like Kyle has too many dogs. And by that, I mean, she doesn't seem to have a good handle on the dogs that she has. So now she just got another dog that's going to eat food off the charcuterie tray. But oh my God, you guys, this dog, I don't know what kind it is, but it's so cute. Look at that sweetie. Oh, Crystal has COVID too? I forgot we haven't seen her either. And she doesn't even get the FaceTime calls. That doesn't seem fair. Anyway, Sutton calls her from the car as she's heading over to Rinna's. And Crystal said, "Oh, I've gained 5 pounds." Sutton goes, "Who gives?" And Crystal goes, "I know. I feel like I'm just lying here eating." And Sutton said, "You're going to be fine. Just take care of yourself. That's all you can do right now. And I will give you a full report." Okay, now at Lisa's, we see Harry and I don't know if it's like caterers or something. They're setting up everything outside in her yard. Harry Hamlin is like putting wine bottles on the table, and Lisa is working the leaf blower. Yeah, we watch her blowing leaves off the patio. And then she says to, no one, "I could blow all day." Good one. Oh, well, thank goodness Cherie is healthy. I was starting to wonder how many people would actually be at this thing. So Cherie's the first one to arrive. And I guess what they're doing is first they're serving mixed drinks using the wine that they're going to be tasting later. So like this first drink has tequila and they call it the Rinna Rita. Again, another super clever name. Although Maggie, her wine business partner, who looks like she's about 16, had to correct Rinna because first she called it a Rinnatini. So, Rinna seems very involved in the business. Sutton is the next to arrive. "Hello, leather pants." Did you get what I said there? Because of last year. Yeah, we get it. Sutton's like, "These are waxed denim, so it's not leather." Okay, Dorit and Erica are next. Rinna asks Erica, "What would you like to drink?" And Erica says, "Like a chamomile tea?" And she goes, "Yeah, sure." And Cherie said, "I think it would warm you up, though." And Erica goes, "What?" And she goes, "The tequila. There's tequila in it." Oh, Cherie. You didn't get the memo, girl. Today we're pretending that Erica doesn't drink because she's on antidepressants. So, try to keep up. Erica explains to Cherie that she's not supposed to drink with the medication she's taking. Garcelle arrives last, and I'm no fashion expert, but I'm just going to take a guess here and say that sweater dress is Balenciaga. Oh, my sweet, sweet Sutton just made the same joke as me. I bet she and I could sit down with some cheese pizza and talk for hours. Now Harry comes out on the patio and he's carrying Erica's chamomile tea and he's, fist bumping everybody. "Oh, look at the beautiful ladies here." And he gets to Erica and he's like, "Whoa, what is that?" Because on her finger is that giant Cartier panther ring. I'm thinking it's the one that we saw in the flashback to when she was rich. And I don't know, Tom had a picture of it or something. Did they just do a drawing for Tom so he could understand? I don't know. In any case, it looks like it's covered in diamonds. "Harry, this is my ring with the diamonds. Do you see the diamonds?" If I'm right about that, I looked up this ring and I can't help but think that $178,000 could really pay for some surgeries and maybe even for a little pain and suffering for some of these people. Erica just said, "Oh, it's just something sparkly and yummy." Oh, good. So Rinna starts to tell everyone that she and Harry basically did everything because everybody's got COVID. So I must have been mistaken earlier when I thought that there were caterers there with Harry. That must have been her wine business partner, the 16-year-old girl. And everybody kind of laughs and teases Lisa for saying that they both worked hard because everyone thinks it was mostly Harry because last time Harry made the lunch and set up the table and all that stuff. So, she does defend herself by pointing out that she did the leaf blowing. And Harry's like, "Oh, yeah, that was all Lisa. She did a good job," which prompts these middle schoolers to ask Harry, "If you had to write a Yelp review," and everyone starts laughing, Erica finishes the sentence, "On a scale of 1 to 5, how good are Lisa's blowjobs?" And Harry's, flustered, and he goes, I've really put on the spot here because and he was starting to say something, they cut him off. Cherie goes, "Why is it not an immediate 5? So Harry goes, "I would say 10. Okay. Way to save it? I don't know. Even Lisa said, "I don't like how long you hesitated." However, Dorit is delighted by his answer. She's clapping. Oh, Dorit, you're clapping for how good Lisa's blowjobs are? I will say this, her reaction is not dissimilar to how she reacted to Jamie Lee Curtis's My Hand in Yours license plate frame. So, that's high praise coming from Dorit. Your blowjobs are as good as that plastic license plate frame. Congratulations. Okay, so now we talk about the ladies who aren't there. Kyle has COVID. Crystal has COVID. Kathy's been exposed to someone who has COVID. Was it the person that peed on your couch? Because we still have not gotten to the bottom of that. Are we really just never going to address that again? Wait, does Diana have it? I didn't hear them mention Diana having COVID. Unclear. She did say she was sick. But, that could be anything. I'm struggling. I woke up, I had a fever, and I lost my vision. And then I stepped on a rake and I broke my nose. And then I fell in a manhole. And then I slipped on a banana peel. And also, I don't like Sutton. Maybe she's in Pasadena with Kathy. Now Erica tells the group that she and Garcelle were talking to Crystal about her eating disorder, and I had asked her if she ever had professional help, and she said no. She talks a lot about it and what this does to young women, so I'm just bringing it to the table. Without Crystal being there? Okay. You might also want to tell people that you screamed at her, "It's a chicken tender, you can't have this." Because that was awesome. This gets even more uncomfortable for me, just because I don't know why they're talking about it without her being there. But in any case, Dorit now says, well, recently she told me she was vomiting every day. We didn't hear her say that, so she probably said it off camera and maybe didn't want others to know. But okay. Like Rinna, Sutton, Garcelle, they were all shocked. In her confessional, Dorit said, if she's telling me and I'm not that close to her, so clearly it's a sign that she needs help. Rinna goes, listen, I went through this with my young daughter. She was 15 and we got her help right away. So my question is, Erica, again, finishing a sentence for someone, why doesn't she get help? Rinna, Erica, and Dorit are kind of all talking over each other about it. Sutton is quiet. She looks like she wants to say something. She looks a little uncomfortable. But I have to say this, hold on a second. When Erica asked her if she's ever sought help for this, she said no, but I think it might be time. And Erica said, yeah, it's time, you should. Why isn't Erica telling the rest of that? Because now they're just acting like, almost like she's refusing help or something. No, she just said she thinks she probably should get help now. I just find it a weird time to start talking about her eating disorder after she's already agreed that it's bad enough that she needs to get help this time. Sutton goes, maybe she's getting help. In her confessional, Sutton said, I don't like when we talk about people when they're not there. Agree. So now everyone is directed to go sit down at the wine tasting table. So there's another partner, and this one is Doug. Doug, who does not appear to be 16 years old. He's explaining to everyone about the wine they're about to taste. And Bravo makes sure that we all can see that Erica is participating. Sutton thinks that Rinna's rosé is perfect because she loves a very pale rosé, and this one is. But oh boy, everyone, I think, is getting tipsy. Probably because of the mixed drinks first and now the wine. Although Erica did not have the mixed drinks. But they're laughing. Dorit, Rinna, Garcelle, someone knocks a glass over. Just, lots of laughing. Harry's asking the ladies what they like. The next one was a Brut rosé, and I think Garcelle said, I don't normally like Brut, but this is nice. Anyway, that goes on for a little bit. And then Harry asks the ladies, well, what did you think of the wines? And Erica said, well, I love the rosé. That one was my favorite. And Harry said, I agree with you. I think the rosé is like right there, spot on. But the Brut needs a little bit more work. And Rinna said, we have pizza and charcuterie. And the pizza is homemade with tomatoes that Harry grew. And Garcelle goes, of course he did. Have you guys tried Harry's sauce? So it's time for the wine partners to go. And Harry says he's off to go for a walk. So now it's just the ladies. So Dorit says to Garcelle, hey, G, I have a friend. And he's really into you. And everyone's like, ooh. So I guess this friend of Dorit's has been asking to meet Garcelle for 2 years. Why are you just telling her now? Anyway, Dorit said, he thinks that you are probably the most beautiful woman in the world. Garcelle's like, oh. And Cherie goes, what's he look like, Dorit? Come on. Dorit said, very handsome. Sutton goes, how big is his head? Rinna, and how big is his penis? I went there. We were all thinking it. And Erica said, and how big is his wallet? Yeah, we know your type. So Dorit goes, guys, this is not a man who is out on the prowl, just looking to get laid. Erica, boo. Just kidding. I already had good head last night. I'm having a lot of sex, so. Thanks for the overshare. Cherie goes, with the same person? Erica, Dorit, if you're having sex with the same person over and over and over, isn't that dating? Erica, no, it's considered sex. Cherie goes, he's providing a service. And she goes, and I'm providing a service back to him. It's really beautiful. Too bad the service he provides isn't pool cleaning. So now Dorit very quietly says to Erica, who's, tipping him back one glass after another of the wine, says, so you're not allowed to drink at all? Erica raises her glass like, obviously I'm drinking. In her confessional, Dorit says, I'm not judgmental at all, but I feel like I might need to be a good friend and just say, Erica, are you sure you want to do this? Or should I just let you? I'm torn. Well, Lisa, tough love Rinna, didn't have a problem inviting Erica to her wine tasting party. I mean, I would think that might have been a bad idea after you just kind of did a little intervention. Really? And she even asked her, what do you want to drink when she walked in the door? So yeah, she's not having any problem with her drinking wine. Anyway, now the ladies move back up to the patio. I guess there's a heater out there. And Garcelle asks Erica if they can have a little chat. Meanwhile, the others are on the porch and Cherie says to Rinna, you're very nurturing. I think it was after Rinna offered her a cookie. And Rinna goes, I know. Everybody thinks I'm a bitch. Sutton goes, I do not. Cut over to Garcelle and Erica. And Garcelle said, so after our chat, when I got home, I was thinking to myself, what did you mean when you said that Sutton was a liability to me? Erica, I feel like you always have to clean up and take care of her. Sometimes I think you stick up for her and you don't have to because she puts herself in hot water. Garcelle, I get that. But then I think that's what friendships are for. Erica, yeah, but some of the things she said are pretty wild. Like, I'm sorry I didn't have a gun held to my head when Dorit had a gun held to her head. Garcelle agrees. She's like, that was wrong, and I said that from the very beginning. Can we invite Sutton into this conversation? Oh, God. Erica, no. And Garcelle goes, why? Erica said, why would we? Garcelle, well, maybe she would change your mind. Erica, I don't think right now is the moment. Garcelle asks Erica, do you think I would stand up for you? Erica says, I think it would be conditional. I do think you stand up for her more than me, and that's okay, because you two are close, I understand. But I don't think you would cut me any slack, which I think that's fair. Garcelle said, you don't think I have? Erica, side note, you guys, this might be a new Erica we're seeing. Wine Erica. She's lucid. She's insightful. I mean, everything she's saying is like concise. It makes sense. She's explaining herself clearly. This might be what she needs to do. Have a few glasses of wine, no hard liquor. That might be where she's like peak performance. It takes the edge off of her rough exterior, but she's still lucid enough to sound intelligent. Just saying. So when Garcelle asks, you don't think I've cut you some slack in the past? Erica says, no. I think you've been very clear about me and everything last year. I think I've done my best to explain to you, but you don't necessarily believe me. And Garcelle goes, that's true. I don't believe everything you've said. And Erica's like, Garcelle, okay. Erica, yeah. Are you cold? Do you want to go back? So they just go back to sit with the other ladies on the patio. In Erica's confessional, she says, "What have I done to Garcelle? Absolutely fucking nothing. Except, I don't know, witness my life burn down in front of you." So judgmental.
So judgmental.
Ooh, that just sent a shiver up my spine. That was spooky. So as soon as they join the others and sit down, Sutton says, "I don't like that I was called a liability as a friend. I don't like that at all." Oh boy. Okay, so we flash back to 20 minutes earlier when Garcelle told Sutton, "Erica called you a liability to me and I'm going to go find out why." Sutton, "And if you felt that, you could tell me that. Don't tell her that." Pointing to Garcelle. "So why am I a liability as a friend?" Erica, "Because she supports you and has to clean up after you." Sutton, "That's what a friend does." Erica, "You know how you get in all these little spats with everybody? Me last year, Diana this year, Rinna, and Garcelle is constantly there to defend you." Sutton, "Yeah, that's called being a friend." Side note, the Rinna Elton John whole thing, the only reason Sutton said that on Watch What Happens Live is to defend Garcelle when Lisa said something weird about her not thanking Harry for the sauce. And I believe that Erica and Rinna would defend each other the same way. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, Wine Erica is smart and she explains things so well. I'm very impressed by her. Here's what she says. To Garcelle, she said, "So when you defend her, you say things like, 'Guys, don't be so hard on her.' When she defends you, she goes tit for tat, like the Elton John thing. Lisa did Garcelle wrong with the sauce, so you get her with the Elton John thing. Garcelle has never tried to hurt anyone as her support of you." Wow. Thank you, Wine Erica. I understand that now. Dorit thinks that Erica needs help and says, "And you went on national television and said it." I mean, you know you're on national television now, right? Sutton said, "I had no idea of the capacity of hurt that would cause." Rinna, "It hurt me. It did. It hurt me." Guys, we almost got the stuffed bunny single tear running slowly down Rinna's cheek. We didn't, but almost. That's how hurt I was. It hurt me. Erica, "And it hurt Harry." "And it hurt Harry. Yeah, thanks for reminding me." You're always there for me, Erica. Then she says to Sutton, "There's a reason you want to hurt me, and you got to figure that out. Think about it for 5 fucking seconds." Sutton, "Well, I don't think you need to talk to me like that. That seems angry. You're the one that's angry with me." Rinna, okay, Cherie, Erica start laughing. Sutton, "It doesn't sound like you forgive me. I did it in a flippant moment. It's funny because at our brunch, things went very differently than they're going now." Sutton kind of implies that it's because others are around right now that Rinna's acting differently. And she's like, "Because there's an audience? It's not about me. You did it. You did it, Sutton." Did what? The thing on Watch What Happens Live, we know she apologized. You accepted it, or at least you said you did. Sutton says something, and she's like, "Because I do like you." Rinna mocks her Southern accent. You do like me, which is not something I would ever do. So I thought that was mean. Cherie is just really like trying to stifle a laugh, and it's making me like her less. I don't know. I didn't think she would fall on the side of the mean girls. I don't know. Rinna goes, "You know what? You don't respect me." Sutton, "I most certainly do respect you." So now Rinna is talking about how she's spoken so nasty about Sutton behind her back, which she apparently already told Sutton. So, this time I guess it's for the audience. Sutton said, "You told me that already at lunch, and you said you were sorry for it." And Rinna goes, "Did I say I was sorry?" Man, Rinna is making up for lost camera time due to COVID and probably the passing of her mother. She is determined to be the star of episode 13. She goes, "I don't think I'm sorry for it, but it did happen." Sutton, "You talk out of both sides of your mouth." Rinna, so do you. And you know what? F you. The other ladies are like, okay. Rinna, get out of my house. If you're going to talk like that, just leave. In Sutton's confessional, she goes, the soap actress in Lisa has never left her body. It would take an exorcism to get the soap actress out. Now Rinna, I guess she's been drinking. Now Rinna is yelling, come after me as much as you want, but do not bring up my children or my husband. Period. End of story. Sutton, okay. Because if you do, I will come for you till the end of days. Sutton, okay. If you come for my husband or my kids, I will fucking hunt you down.
I will fucking hunt you down! Is everyone clear?
Is everyone clear? Garcelle, yeah, we're clear. Sutton, is that a threat or a promise? Sutton! I think she's about to slug you. Rinna, it's a fact. Garcelle, no kids allowed. Rinna goes, if you're not clear, ask me more questions, but I think I was very clear. So Sutton goes, you know, you can only apologize so many times. Rinna, I know, I understand that. Where's that tough guy now? She's like, I understand. Sutton, and I am sorry that I humiliated you 100%. Rinna, well, you tried to humiliate, you tried to humiliate us, but you humiliated yourself. You did not humiliate either one of us. Okay, let's say she didn't. Then what are you going on about? And also, when Dorit said, and you went on national television, you said, it's humiliating. So now she's apologizing for that, and you're telling her you weren't humiliated. Okay, got it. I wish you were as clear as you were about do not talk about my husband or kids, because that was clear. I have no follow-up questions there. So anyway, Sutton's like, okay, Rinna, in my drunkenness, I'm drunk, but I will say you tried, but you didn't, because you looked like a fucking fool when you did it. Okay, wait. Now, Rinna, you're saying she humiliated herself, Rinna, Harry, and Elton John's charity. That's the truth. And that is also the end of this episode. Okay, so that was unpleasant. Yeah, Rinna is a mean drunk, I guess, is what we're learning from this episode. On a lighter note, next week, PK gets new choppers. So that'll be fun. All right, it is that time again, kids. It's time to open up the old viewer mailbag. Okay, the first one I'm going to read is not really a question, it's just a comment. This comes from Anthony A. And he says, hey there, lovely diva. And that's the other reason. Because he calls me a lovely diva. He said, my name is Anthony. I am a gay hairdresser from Palm Springs. What a stereotype, LOL. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Anthony. Just a heads up, and I give you all the permission in the world to use this. While I was growing up, being openly gay wasn't as acceptable as it is today. So in our group, we would say things like, butch it up, Mary, if we started to feel a little too comfortable in a public place. Well, when someone accidentally felt way too comfortable and said things like, girl, we would say, the purse just flew out of his mouth. Or call it a purse slip. I just thought you would love this. I do. Keep up the great work, girlfriend. Oops, purse slip. Thank you, Anthony. That's super cute. And this also cracked me up. This question from Kelly. Do you ever do any of the voices out in public the entire time while out with the hubby? No. I can't even imagine doing that. I don't. If so, which? Which voice does he like the least and the most? You're making me want to do that sometime. Do a voice the whole time I'm out in public. I have never done that though. I asked him and he said, weirdly, the one he likes the most is the blonde who's the singer. I said, Erica Jane? Yeah. Maybe he just likes Erica Jane. My voice for Erica is not so great. I don't really do Erica's voice very well. But he says he likes that one the best. Whatever. And the one he likes the least, what? Is Teresa. He very diplomatically said, you do her great, but the voice is kind of annoying. It's hard to argue with that. So yeah, that's his answer. Okay, also, I can't find this comment, but I know somebody had said they liked my hair. Well, a lot of you guys are very complimentary about my hair, but she had asked if I have hair extensions. So I'm sorry, I couldn't find your question, so I can't remember your name. But the answer is I don't have extensions. I've never tried them. I feel like I would be I don't know, itchy or feeling them. It kind of bugs me when I can't just comb straight through my hair and stuff. So I feel like they would bother me. However, I could use the extra fullness. My hair has been really thinning a lot. I know stress can be a factor, but I really can't just blame it on that, because I was thinking, well, the move and everything, yeah, that probably didn't help. But also, it's been thinning for a couple of years now, so I know it's just an age thing. I can't pretend it's just because I went through something stressful. So yeah, it's thinning a lot, and I'm not complaining because I know it looks like I have a lot of hair. But also, don't forget, people who are on YouTube and TikToks and all the things, we're trying to look our best. Most of us. And so there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on. And I would hate for you to think that I've just got this full lovely hair, when the truth is I'm bringing all my hair from the back to the front, and I'm trying to, fluff it up and make it look good. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you saying my hair's pretty. And I know people have lost their hair for various reasons. And so it's not like I'm not grateful for what I have. To me, it's just, I'm aware of how much less there is and stuff like that. So I always feel a little bit, I don't know, funny when people compliment me on it, because I'm I'm doing so much to try to make it look good, but whatever. It is what it is. But thanks. Okay. And the last one is, God, this is just going to seem like such a flex, but it's not. I promise you. Some of you guys out there are YouTubers yourself, so you know what I'm talking about. But when we read comments on a laptop or a computer, YouTube will sometimes generate these little replies like thank you or that's so nice, like that kind of thing, so that you can quickly just hit one of those and not type your own reply out, because it can be too time consuming. Now, not me. I never use those. First of all, they don't really sound like me, to me anyway. But also, it's not like I have millions of comments to go through. So anyway, the reason I'm bringing this whole thing up is because I got this very lovely comment from Renee S., who says, love your recaps. By the way, has anyone ever told you you look like Jennifer Aniston? Oh, God. First of all, Renee, thank you for thinking that, but no, nobody has ever thought I looked like her. Anyway, I'm telling you guys this because the generated responses came up, and the generated response was, I wish. Thanks, YouTube. Assuming that I should be so lucky. Anyway, I just had to tell you guys that one. So as always, if you guys do have a question you want to ask me, leave it in the comments and I will try to read it next week at the end of the recap. If you liked this recap, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, Jill Informed, think about it. And I am an Amazon affiliate. If you open the description box below this video, you will see links to different items, different books, different things I like on Amazon. You could click on anything. And if you purchase something, I just realized this, within 24 hours of clicking from my link, I will get a small credit for the items that are in your cart. that you purchase. If that's not your thing, don't worry about it. But if you already happen to be an Amazon shopper, it helps me out. It doesn't cost anything to you. It doesn't affect deals or discounts or anything that you might be getting with Amazon. So that's that. And, thank you guys again. And I will see you next week for the next recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I love you guys. Bye.